Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Terry. This is my first semester, so I outlined my job so far, and I will explain what I'm going to do in the next stage. So my topic is the sustainable landscape practice in transformation of brownfield site. With the development of the society, how to effectively use the land has been the most important thing all over the world. So, brownfield site has been an important thing to restrict the development of the city. So how to use it and improve the value is the thing what we should to do. So firstly, I want to explain the definition of the brownfield site. The American give the explain is it's focused on the land was contaminated by hazardous or toxic substance. In contrast, the UK give the definition is more general. It's focused on the land was vacant and derelict and has the potential to be redeveloped. So Autumn Council also gave the definition, and it's close to the UK, and but it gives more definition about the how to intensive and use it in different purpose. According to the Auckland plan, the Auckland city will be built into the world's most livable city, and it will be impact city as well. So there are a lot of potentials for brownfield sites to transform into different ways and serve the people and for the business or residential purpose. So I try to give my own definition under the Auckland context. So it's include of a variety of brownfield sites, but it should has adverse environmental effect. So this is my definition. So the brownfield site can be divided into 6 parts, which are industrial sites, quarry sites, and other city service sites. First, research question: how can a brownfield site be redeveloped into a public space? Why I choose public space for my research direction? Because in order to support the government development and to build impact city, so there it will be a high density and a lot of apartments and business in the city area or town center. So how to give people a suitable environment and give a relative low density environment is very important to let people, for people communication and entertainment or organizing social activities. So there are a lot of sub questions can support my project and find some problems to deal with and to to develop a brownfield site. So the people is the most important things to be concerned. All of the things around the people life. So I try to improve the quality of people's life and use to develop a brownfield site to achieve this goal. So it's also can have a lot of other advantages, such as improve the quality of environment and interact the city green system and keep the biodiversity, such things like that, all of things like that. Also can create a lot of opportunities for job and deal with these problems. So I try to find a specific site and do the research to answer my research questions. The first step is do the case studies. Guest Works Park is a famous precedent to be done to transform a brownfield site into a park. The designer used biological and chemical techniques to clean the soil. So next is the North Duisburg Landscape Park. The famous thing is all of the buildings and constructions have been used in effective usages. So all of the buildings will keep and use different functions such as business, office, and museum. So, and another thing is the drainage system has been divided into different ways to clean the water. The third one is Junjie Park. It's a good example to keep the constructions to try to tell people a story. What's the industrial area? What happened in this area? What's happened in this period? So it's a good education part. The last one is Shanghai Water Expo Central Greens. The program used apply the wetland and the water plants to clean the water, and also use the nature natural water line to instead of the concrete one. So in Auckland area, I just found some place have potentials to develop a project and to improve of military, industry, and quarry, and other things like field science. So far, I haven't found a specific site, but I try to use this technology to find one and choose the best one to develop. So finally, I want to explain the sustainability. In my opinion, the sustainability should be natural, and I try to use the low impact or no impact techniques to develop my project. and how to keep the lifestyle and develop the PV lifestyle in the city area. Maybe there are a lot of things to do. So this is the job of what I should do in the next step. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Again, I think it's a very interesting topic because the way in which some of our brownfield sites have been dealt with, and I'm thinking of Mount Wellington, which was a quarry and it was a volcano, so the quarry removed the volcano, and then the response to new usage was just fill it out.
To disguise the quarry.
Disguise the quarry, build the houses as if there was no quarry, as if there'd been no volcano. And it seems an impoverished point of view from my perspective. If we want to sustain anything, it might be useful to sustain some historical knowledge. And so your Chijiang Park, is that how you say it?
Yes, Chijiang
Park. That seemed really interesting because the buildings, the industrial buildings were kept. You know, they maybe reoccupied them, dealt with them differently, but there was a sense that the history of the site was ongoing. So, I mean, the complete erasure of everything is one option, obviously, but it also isn't necessarily always possible. Like I have some doubts that Beaumont Street would be a good place to live, and that's where the old gas company in Auckland, near Victoria Park, where the gas company used to have its big retort buildings, and they got rid of it all and built these lovely apartments. I have no idea if the ground is not extremely toxic still. They didn't have these little creatures that eat the contaminants. So erasure is also not, you know, there's a loss of history, it's not always a good thing. So I think it's a very cool project.
It's interesting saying erasure because there's a letter in the paper today from the Three Kings Association and saying, please fill the quarry up.
Yeah, I put a student working on that one, and it's just
we don't want these. We don't want these sheer cliffs.
They don't want to know that they live on a volcano.
Yeah.
But the city council give the initial plan and want to keep this quarry and keep using it.
It's a very complicated history, like, and for that one quarry, there's all those other sites that have similar kind of interventions in them, but they're not necessarily brownfield sites. It seems to be the nice specific thing about your project.
Yeah, I agree with Sarah about the sanitisation of things. It's quite unfortunate.
It is, isn't it?
It's a loss of opportunity and richness that comes with it. Terry, I very much liked that you're coming up with your own definitions for things, for the brownfields. I think it'll make it a lot easier for you because you're very clear in your mind what things are. Your rationale, that's a big box of issues and matters for consideration. I don't know whether you're trying to resolve all those things through your project or not, but it's a whole lot there. The only other, given that Auckland is the way it is, and it's the industrial sites, this heavy industry isn't really an Auckland thing. Can you flip it and look at sites that are still in operation rather than waiting, just looking at brownfield sites? Is that something you can do? Is that something you can do? So if you take an area that's currently, I don't know, the Dominion Brewery site down in Otahu, which is in operation, is that a way of doing it rather than trying to find a site to suit?
So finding a site that's still an industrial site and speculating about a future use, that could be an interesting way of approaching it.
Like the university occupation of
You want to keep the same functions and
No, use an existing site that's in operation.
Okay.
Now think about what could happen in the future.
if that site was to be decommissioned. I don't know, maybe it's,
What would you keep? What would you leave?
Yeah.
What do you?
maybe that's a way to consider it.
Okay.
Good.
Complicate things.
Okay. Thank you very much.